Shortstop, Caden Victorian.
Hello and welcome everyone to this broadcast of the GCCL Buccaneers against the PFA Braves from Los Angeles Valley College here on Friday, July 14th on this recording for the GCCL Buccaneers. And we're just getting underway here in the top of the first with the Braves coming to bat. Caden Victorian will be leading things off versus the pitcher on the mound for your Bucks, Danny Slasky, as we're just getting underway here from LA Valley College. This will be game 1 of 3 as they will be playing each other again tomorrow for a doubleheader. My name is Adam Glick, and I'm joined today, as always, by David D'Amico, and we're excited to bring you another broadcast here on this recording of the Buccaneers of the Golden Coast League. David, how are you?
Doing all good. Just trying to not melt out here. I spoke to the umpire earlier today because I parked right next to him. I saw him putting on his gear, and he was just like, "Oh, it's too hot to be doing this."
It is definitely pretty hot right now as Slasky is quickly falling behind Victorian by a count of 3 balls and 1 strike. As we're just getting started here, Victorian playing shortstop, wearing number 1. He might be wearing a different jersey number.
Yeah, we have one on our lineup we got.
But yeah, we'll do the best we can here today with no available rosters for the PFA Braves online. So we got the word from the coach of their first and last names, and with any changes, might be a little bit of an issue, but we'll deal with it when the time comes. Anyway, that is a leadoff walk given up by Slasky, and just like that, the Braves get the first runner on base here. And brings up J.D. Webb, who will be playing second base. So your middle infielder is getting it started for the PFA Braves right now. Man on first, nobody out, is a left-hander in Slasky, so it's going to be a little difficult for Victorian to get going. And after this pitch, David, why don't you give the rest of the starting batting order for the PFA Braves?
Yeah, so after J.D. Webb, we'll have Cameron Kim, extra hitting. Alex Castillo will be playing right field. Jacob Tostado will be playing third, batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Shamanai, playing center field. Batting seventh will be number 5, Brandon Contreras, playing left field. Derek Garza, batting eighth, playing catcher. Nigel Buckley is batting ninth, playing first baseman. And just like in the old days of the National League, the pitcher, Andrew Zelia, will be rounding things out. So we got the pitcher batting last, just like in the old days.
Yeah, just like in the old Major League Baseball days. The count right now, 0-2 in favor of Slasky against Webb. That pitch is going to be low and away for ball number 1, as I am still trying to get the lineups going for the Bucks in the bottom of the inning with their positions and their numbers going right now. These teams trying to get some wins in the win column as they're near the bottom of the standings both respectively. And there goes the runner. It's going to be a play at second as they got him picked off, and he's going to be gone. So a really nice play on defense on Slasky, making sure that runner in Victorian doesn't go anywhere, and they make the easy throw over to second. And that is the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, good play right there. Very tough to steal on a left-hander as he has that view of you right at first. Slasky saw him trying to take off, and he knew he was going to get him out.
So that is a big first out for your Bucks. The 1-2. Called strike number 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to J.D. Webb, the second out here in the top of the first inning.
Cameron Kim.
So maybe that Slasky K motivates him, and he could retire 3 batters here in this inning.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was a really nice breaking ball right there. J.D. Webb thought it was going to be a little bit outside, but he played statue and watched that go right by him.
So we got 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first. That pitch is lined down the right field line and will get foul. So you're just going to have to take my word for it when those balls go down the left and right field line respectively, as you can't really see down the line. You also doing the best we can at third base. Can't entirely see third base as well. 0-1 count, 2 outs. That pitch is going to be upstairs, even up the count at a ball and a strike apiece, respectively. So just getting started, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first.
Yeah, And one thing about Slasky, he goes to LA Valley College right here, so playing on very familiar turf, a mound he is very much used to, so hopefully he can use that to his advantage.
And that ball is lined up the middle for a base hit for Cameron Kim, and the Braves have another base runner on base here in the first, and
Right fielder.
that pickoff
Alex
at second now
Castillo.
looming large, because otherwise they would have had 2 runners on and only 1 out. Instead, just the man on first and 2 outs right now, as it will bring up Alex Castillo in the 4-hole spot, playing right field here this afternoon, about 92 degrees at first pitch, around 3:59 p.m. That ball is down the left field line, and it will get fair for a base hit. There goes the runner first to third. It's bobbled by the left fielder, and now the runner in Castillo will get to second on that play. So that's going to be a base hit, and also I'm going to rule that
Jacob Tostado.
I'm going to rule that an E7 because the runner gets to second, and Kim has himself at third, and the Braves have second and third, 2 outs.
Yeah, Alex Howard out there playing left field. As he was trying to pick up the ball, he just sort of kind of bobbled it a bit. Lucky for him, Kim didn't know that he bobbled it, so he held up at third, because if it was bobbled, he may have had a chance to come home.
So that is a ball. Second and third now, 2 outs, top of the first. This is Jacob Tostado, named after a Mexican dish at the plate. And that is outside, so now he's down the count 2-0 to Tostado. He is playing third base here this afternoon, wearing number 7. We'll get to the bottom of the order where 2 players will have the same number at number 24, so that will be fun. 2-0 the count. Runners at second and third. Castillo at second. Kim at third. 2-0 pitch. He goes hack and fouls it back on the first base side. Make it 2-1 as Slasky's trying to battle back.
Yeah, and funny that you mentioned how Derek Garza and Nigel Buckley are both wearing 24. Well, both Cameron Kim and Alex Castillo, they both don't have any number on their jersey. So, yeah, and when players have the same number, it makes it a little bit more difficult on us, but we can handle it.
So right now, Slasky's trying to get out of a first inning jam. He's allowed 3 base runners here in this first inning, but could get out of it with no runs. Back up the middle, off his glove. Shortstop bobbles it, and now everyone's going to be safe as the Braves are going to strike first. Questionable ruling coming up. I'm just going to rule the infield single.
Center fielder.
Even though that play probably should have been made by the shortstop in Evan Saito at short, because it was a pretty good hop to him as he didn't come up.
So RBI, or you gonna give that an RBI?
I guess.
Yeah. I know. Slasky tried to use his full frame. He stands at 6'1", so he's pretty tall, but that ball was just a little bit taller.
Yeah, that was, and it was going to be a tough play for Saito at short. Probably a play he would have liked to come up with. Nonetheless, it drives in Kim, so it's an RBI base hit for Jacob Tostado. Castillo's going to scamper over to third, so the Braves have 2 on, 2 out, run already home, taking the early 1-0 lead, and they're looking for more off Slasky, and that's grounded softly to the first baseman. He'll do it himself, steps on the bag at first, and that is Munoz. Or that is LC at first, and that will retire things here in the top of the first. So the Braves get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2 men stranded, and we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Your Ventura County Buccaneers of the Golden Coast League will be coming up in the bottom of the first right after this here on this recording. Welcome back, everyone, here on this recording of the Ventura County Pirates official YouTube page. Your Bucks will lead off here in the bottom of the first, trailing by 1 run. And on the mound for the PFA Braves here this afternoon is Andrew Zelaya. He is wearing number 1, and he will be...
He's wearing 17, but he's position 1.
Okay, he's wearing number 17, even though he is position 1, and he will be throwing to Derek Garza here this afternoon. And Gabriel Gonzalez will be leading things off for the Buccaneers as they're looking to get back in the game as they gave up a run in that first inning in the top half on 3 hits. They gave up an error. Probably could have got out of it if they made a tough play in that inning, but no dice for them, and we'll see what the bats can do as they're trying to get the bats going, because last time we did a broadcast for them, they really struggled against the Malibu Marlins, even though they did score some runs in that second game of the doubleheader. So 3-1 count to Gabriel Gonzalez here. Bottom of the first, just getting started from LA Valley College here on this hot one on Friday afternoon, July 14th, and I'll make the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gabriel Gonzalez, double G, playing third base and wearing number 3 today. Here comes the payoff pitch. That is going to be way outside, and a leadoff walk for your Bucks.
First baseman, Sean Elsey.
And it brings up Sean Elsey to the plate with a man on first, nobody out.
Yeah, good leadoff walk right there for Gabe Gonzalez, product of Oxnard College. And I have to say, Zelena, he's got a very interesting throwing motion, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely so. He little sidearm action, really low off of his release point. He starts up high, but then he really comes down nicely as he tries to find that strike zone there on the foul ball, make it even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So on your computer screens, hopefully most of the plays will be visual for you, but we'll see. That is lined deep into left field, still on his horse, and looking up, it will one-hop the wall. Brandon Contreras does not make the play, and both runners will move up 2 bases, and that is a smoked double for Sean Elsey as he almost left the building right there. And the Bucks have something going on here in the bottom of the first on a really nice one-hop of the wall stand-up double for Sean Elsey.
Yeah, good pitch right there for Elsey to get a hold of. Got over the head of left fielder Brandon Contreras, and now you got runners in scoring position with nobody out.
So good response here for the Bucks in the bottom of the first, looking to at least tie the game, if not take the lead, as your defense right now for the PFA Braves playing in on the infield. So a ball hit in to the infield, they will be looking the runner at third, and if he goes, they will go home with the throw. So doing that early in the game, it's different with all teams based on if they want to do infield in these situations, especially early in the game like this. But the Braves playing aggressively here, trying to hold that 1-0 advantage as that is fouled off. Jarrett Segura extra hitting here this afternoon, and he's down the count to Zelaya by a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. So good start for the Bucks on offense. Let's see if they can get a hit with runners in scoring position, possibly take their first lead of the afternoon. That is low for ball 2. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Zelaya, and it's swung on and missed into the catcher's glove for the first out of the bottom of the first. Jarrett Segura goes down by way of the K, and that will bring up Kai Hirschberger, so it will be up to him now with 1 out, 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, that was a good pitch right there thrown by Zelaya as he was looking for something to get his confidence going. Important to get a strikeout when there are runners in scoring position so you don't let the ball go in play and maybe for a chance at a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, exactly right. With no outs, best to do a strikeout, and that's exactly what Zelaya did out there on the mound. He's going to have to do something similar here with one out because the ball in the outfield will surely score at least a run. In the infield, they will remain in, so they would probably hold the runner at third. 2-0 count in favor of Hirschberger here, who is designated hitting this afternoon. That one is going to miss again outside of the zone. Make it 3-0 in favor of Hirschberger. On deck will be Evan Saito, who is playing shortstop here today. So he might have an opportunity with the bases loaded and only one out. Here comes the 3-0. That will miss again. So 4 pitches and 4 balls. And that will load them up with bucks everywhere you look on the bases here.
Shortstop, Evan Saito.
And I'll bring up Evan Saito wearing number 27 and playing shortstop, and a great chance to do something big here to start the ball game.
Yeah, important opportunity right here. You got the bases loaded, down by a run, trying to get right back in this game, make this first inning be a wild one to have both teams score on runs on their halves of the innings. And Evan Saito looks to get things going for the GCCL Bucks.
1-0 count. Here is the pitch to Saito. That will miss again, low and outside. So Ziela is struggling in the zone right now as he has now thrown 6 straight balls to Bucks hitters, and he's going to have to work his way back here. The 2-0, and it will miss again, low in the zone. 3-0, and now Zelia is really facing it with the bases loaded. 1 pitch away from walking in the first run issued by him here today, and that would remain with the bases loaded if that's the case. 3-0, he will take one over the plate, so that ends a streak of 7 straight balls as Zelia trying to work his way all the way back against Evan Saito here in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here is a big pitch to Saito. That is grounded softly back to Ziela at home, and he throws it away. That's going to score 2 Bucks runs, and the Bucks are going to take a 2-1 lead on an absolute really bad executed play from the pitcher right there. And the Bucks take advantage on the E1.
Munoz.
So no RBIs for Saito, but to the Bucks' advantage, they take their first lead of the afternoon.
Yeah, not at all a good play right there from Zelia. He was trying to work way too fast. He had all the time in the world to make the throw to his catcher Garza, as Gonzalez was definitely not going to beat out the throw, but he just threw it in the trash, and essentially not only allowing the 1 run, he gives up another run in doing so.
Yeah, that throw very close to home. You would have assumed he would have made it cleanly, but not the case. And to the Bucks' advantage, they now have the 2-1 lead. Looking for more infield once again as it brings up Daniel Munoz to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Still only 1 out here in the inning. It looked like he was going to get his second out with the bases still loaded and no runs across. But now things could get out of hand for him in Zelia on the mound, as now he's quickly behind of Munoz by a count of 3 balls and no strikes, as he has thrown a lot of pitches here in the first. And green light swinging right there is Munoz, to my surprise. Make it 3-1 as he fouled it back behind home. So the Bucks 2 runs so far here in the bottom of the first on 1 hit. And the 3-1 goes after that one, pops it down the first base line, chasing first baseman and third and the right fielder, and it will be to no avail as that drops in there for strike number 2 and make it full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was Nigel Buckley trying to make the play on that. I applaud the effort trying to go after it, but nevertheless, it's a strike nonetheless.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bucks in front by a score of 2-1 on the help of the pitcher's part, and Zelia on his errant throw for his first error issued of the ballgame and the first error for the Braves. Gonzalez scored, Elsie scored, and now load them back up. A little deja vu as Daniel Munoz works his way on first via the walk, and it will bring up
Right fielder, Noah Velasquez.
Bring up Nomar Velasquez. Yeah, Nomar Vasquez at the plate here. 1 out, bases loaded, 2-1, Bucks in front, looking for more, and we'll see if Zelia can work his way back here in this inning.
Yeah, Nomar Vasquez I called him Nomar Velasquez, but the point of Summer Woodbat is to work out all your kinks, and that's what even we do right here.
Yeah, name pronunciation probably in both of not our strong suits here. That ball is missed for ball number 1. 1-0 the count, 1 out. Bases are juiced for the Bucs here in the bottom half. First looking to get a crooked number here on the scoreboard. That one misses again outside, so he is all over the place in this bottom of the first inning. At third right now for your Bucs is Hirschberger. At second is Saito, and at first now is Munoz, and all three of them reached without getting a hit. And that one misses again, and now he's one pitch away from walking in a run as he has thrown a lot of first inning pitches, probably eclipsing over 30 already, and things could get a little out of hand here. We'll see if he can work his way back. 3-0. That will find the zone for strike number 1 to Nomar Vasquez. Vasquez today wearing number 12 and playing in right field for your Bucs. Infield is now not in, by the way. That's fouled down the right field line and make the count full once again. So we'll see another payoff pitch here in this bottom of the first inning. A lot of deep counts so far for the Braves as they are trying to work their way out of some trouble in this bottom of the first. Bases loaded. 1 out, the 3-2, and it misses upstairs as Zelia walks in a run, and it makes it 3-1 in favor of your Bucs as Hirschberger scores. Everyone else moves up a nice 90 feet, and the bases will remain loaded, and now a 3-1 Bucs advantage.
Yeah, the third run of the game, and that's also their first RBI as Nomar Vasquez able to get one without having to swing the bat.
Yeah, no better feeling than getting an RBI without swinging the bat, and it brings up Maximo Garcia wearing number 2 here today. Maximo Garcia listed on my sheet here. 5'11", 165, goes to Glendale Community College. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garcia, who's playing center field here this afternoon. Bases are still loaded. 1 out, and it is 3-1 Bucs, and that error just proving costly here because they I guess the inning would still be going even without the error, but it wouldn't be 3-1 at the very least right now. It would at least be 2-1.
And errors also play with a pitcher's confidence as well, because you're expecting to get an out after the ball is hit. So maybe there might not have even been a run scored had the play had been made, but then you commit that error, and it messes with your mental psyche.
100% right, and you made the right pitch to get him to ground it weakly back to you. So you did everything right, you just couldn't do the final step and execute the throw to home. It happens, and obviously he would have liked to have that throw back. Here is Garcia facing this count, and he swings through that one. Not a very good-looking swing right there as he was guessing at that pitch, and that is a big strikeout for Ziela for the second out of the inning. Brings up number 13, Alex Howard. So bases are still loaded, but now 2 outs. 3-1 Bucs in front. Ziela trying to escape trouble here in the first and get out of this with just a 2-run deficit. Big at bat for both teams right now in this ballgame. First pitch to Howard misses high and away for ball 1, and I wish, David, we had a little pitch count with us because he's got to be between 30 and 40 right now.
Yeah, very much so. As AJ Naha, he's on deck. He's the only one who hasn't batted so far, so if Howard gets aboard, we'll have batted around.
That is right. Bases remain loaded. That pitch misses outside, as a lot of his pitches have just been on the outside part of the plate, and honestly nowhere close, but he's done an okay job of getting back into some counts here, but he's worked a lot of deep counts against the Bucs hitters so far in today's ballgame. The 2-0 misses upstairs. He does not want to walk in his second run with the bases loaded. Right now, you have Saito at third, you have Munoz at second, and you have Vasquez at first. Garcia went away by way of the K, and the 3-0, that will miss high, and just like that, the Bucs add on to their lead on the RBI walk issued by Ziela, as things have been getting a little bit away from him here in this bottom of the first. And as David mentioned, the 10-hole hitter AJ Naha will come to the plate as they will officially bat around.
Yeah, AJ having to take off his catcher's gear, taking off his shin guards. Was not expecting to get his first at bat here in the first inning. But the team is batted around, and the crazy part is they only have one hit to show for it.
Yeah, as Ziela's control / command all over the place right now. 1 ball, no strikes, bases remain loaded, 4-1 Bucks in front. And what's crazy is the Braves actually have 3 hits. As they got 3 hits in that top of the first inning, they only got 1 run to show for it. And the Bucks only 1 hit, but they have what matters most right now, 4 runs, 3 runs in their favor lead, as that misses high and away. And you got to think that Ziela's leash could be ended here pretty shortly, as things have gotten completely away from him. And if he throws another ball in this 3-0 count, he would have walked the bases loaded 3 times in the bottom of the first, and that will miss. And just like that, he has walked the bases loaded 3 times in this inning, and things have just kind of fallen apart for him here in this first inning. Coming in to score is Munoz, moving over to third is Vasquez, moving to second is Howard, and now as Naha cuts the first. And just like that, the Bucks have batted around, as Gonzalez will bat for his second time here in the bottom of the first with a 5-1 lead.
I know, batting around. Now we got to make some room on our scorecards to accommodate for going back to the top of the order.
So Gonzalez does see a first pitch strike, as at least for his psyche and confidence, Ziela trying to get out of this first inning with him finishing the inning, as that's obviously probably one of the worst feelings as a pitcher in the world, where you have to come out of your start in the first inning. So he's hoping to get through that right now. 5-1 the score, though, Bucks, as that misses high and outside. A lot of his pitches just tailing away from him, as his command has gotten a little off here in this inning. The Bucks have walked a total of 6 times in the first inning. Yeah, you heard me right. 6 times in the first inning alone, and in jeopardy of making it 7 to Gabriel Gonzalez. And guess what? When you be shocked, Gonzalez in his first at bat walked. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the first, 5-1 Bucks in front. The 3-1 from Ziela, and that is up and in, and we do it again. RBI walk for Gabriel Gonzalez, and it makes it 6-1 in favor of the PFA Braves, as Vasquez now will come around and score. Howard moves over to third. Naha goes to second. Gonzalez gets to first, and we finally have a meeting at the mound, as the Bucks are leading 6-1, and David, they have 1 hit.
1 hit, and the man who's up to bat now, Sean Elsey, is the one who has that hit. And yeah, they're not gonna let Naha finish this. They're not gonna let Andrew Zelaya finish this inning, as 7 walks, and the coach says that's enough.
Yeah, you feel bad, though, for Andrew. That is obviously a start that he didn't want to have, and as we talked about, I think that error that he made really got into his brain and affected his strike-throwing abilities, as he will end the day with the bases loaded. So he only goes 2/3 of an inning. Will get his final line after this inning concludes, because he is also responsible for all 3 base runners. As we have a new pitcher on the mound, we'll take this short break with you. Bucks in front 6-1, and possibly looking for more here in the bottom of the first.
no number, Fabian Davis.
And welcome back here on this recording broadcast of the GCCL Bucks, the Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League. We're now still in the bottom of the first inning. In fact, new pitcher Fabian Davis will come on as first pitch that he sees to Sean Elsey is a ball, as the score is 6-1. Bases remain loaded, 2 outs as Davis trying to get out of this first inning. That pitch is grounded foul, make the count 1 ball and 1 strike, and a tough day for Ziella.
Yeah, very much so. 7 walks so far, 6 runs given up. I believe 5 of them will be considered earned. And now you got Sean Elsey, who has the lone hit for this Bucks team.
Yeah, he does have the lone hit, and it honestly seems like an eternity ago in this bottom of the first inning. He had a great double down the left field line, one hopped the wall, got a lot of power on it, went opposite field. Or maybe he is a switch hitter, so didn't go opposite field. 2-1 is hit in the air. Underneath it is the right fielder, Alec Castillo. He'll put away the damage, but most of the damage has already been done as the Bucks strike for 6 runs in the first inning on only 1 hit, and we head to the top of the second. Bucks in front, 6-1. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates here, and your Bucks of the Golden Coast League will be hitting the field on defense as we head to the top of the second on this recording, and we'll be right back. Welcome back here on YouTube on this recording, the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, your Bucks, Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League. Now on the field, up 6-1, and make sure to go follow all our social medias on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at V County Pirates, and then also on TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball. We're now in the top of the second inning. Brandon Contreras, number 5. Down in the count quickly here, 0-2, facing Danny Slasky in his second inning of work. Bucks leading 6-1, and they only got 1 hit to show for it. That is lined, though, into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, as Contreras is going to hold up at first, and that's a leadoff base knock for the Braves. We saw the Braves put some good at-bats together in the top of the first, swinging it pretty well here today, as that is now their 4th hit in just an inning of outs recorded.
Yeah, so we've seen the Braves. They got some pretty good bats out there. They can get some hits. They have 4 hits to the Buccaneers just 1. I believe it's just pitching that's been costing them all season.
Yeah, as I think they had only 3 wins in league coming into this matchup, so definitely pitching is a cause of concern. So we could be in for a very high scoring game here this afternoon. 6-1, top of the second, brings up Derek Garza.
Yeah, and he was very busy behind the plate in that first inning.
Yeah, he had to catch a lot of baseballs, sit behind that, or kneel behind that plate a lot of time in that bottom of the first. Saw 2 pitchers as well. So that is low and away for ball number 1 from Slasky, as both teams have tried to get some outs here on the mound. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Slasky. He'll go back to first, check on the runner right there. And yes, I was going to say both teams do have 1 error each committed so far in this game. Top of the second, man at first in Contreras. Garza at the plate, up in the count, 1-0 to Slasky. Here comes the pitch. And that is fouled back near us. Make it even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, very much so. 7 runs to show for it, and we're just in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, it could be in for a long one here today. The 1-1 off speeder is fouled down the left field line. And now Slasky is ahead of Garza by a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is Friday, July 14th, so we're officially through the worst days of the sports calendar, as Wednesday and Thursday had no major sport going on. The only days of the entire year, with that being the case. 1 ball, 2 strikes off speeder, lined into shallow left center field. Is going to get down. Contreras is going to trip at second base. Now he's going to have to get back. He will, because the throw went into third. And another base hit for the PFA Braves, as they now have 5 hits already in this ball game.
Nigel Buckley.
And Nigel Buckley will step up to the plate, and the Braves swinging the bats. Pretty hot here so far.
Yeah, that was a nice hit right there from Derek Garza to get it over the head of shortstop Evan Saito. And if not for Contreras tripping, rounding second, we might have runners at the corners.
Yeah, he did trip there. Did a nice job of getting back into second. The throw did go to third. But yeah, he probably would have got to third safely if he didn't trip. That first pitch is grounded to the pitcher. I'm surprised he didn't go to third. He goes to second instead, and that is a big-time double play on the one. It looks like, I think that was the second baseman who caught it. 1-4-3 double play, a huge double play, and now there's a runner at third and 2 outs and a good throw for Slasky, and he went honestly the right way because he got the double play right there. And Victorian will come up to the plate. So 1-4-3 double play right there. 2 outs with a man at third.
Yeah, as the pitcher Andrew Zaleo was slotted to be the 10th batter, but now that since he couldn't finish the first inning and he's out of the game, so we scratch the 10 spot and we just go back to the top of the order, and Caden Victorian.
Caden Victorian in his first at-bat walk got picked off going to second, and he fouls that one back near us. And it makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Victorian with a man at third, 2 outs. So that is definitely a rally killer when you have 2 men on, no outs, and you get a double play. So Slasky, credit to him, he went the right way, getting that sure out at second, and because of getting the out at second, much easier and faster, more efficient to go to first to get that out as well, as now he's ahead of Victorian by a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Slasky 1 pitch away from getting out of what looked to be a promising inning for the PFA Braves here in the top of the second. Braves 5 hits, only 1 run so far, and the Bucks only 1 hit. Here comes a big 1-2 pitch from Danny Slasky, and misses high and away, and it will make deuces wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Caden Victorian playing shortstop here today for the PFA Braves, and he is trying to get an RBI in the leadoff spot for his squad. 2-2 pitch coming from Slasky, and that misses again high. So Slasky is going to have a payoff pitch that he's going to have to work with Victorian trying to extend the top of the second inning. J.D. Webb will be on deck for the PFA Braves. Here comes a payoff to Victorian. Misses high and outside, and Victorian works another walk. So 2 at-bats, 2 walks. Victorian might as well go up there with the stick because he hasn't had to swing the bat so far here today. And it puts runners at the corners with 2 outs, and we have another mound visit here in the ball game.
Yeah, mound visit coming up right here, as Slasky doing a pretty decent job so far. Just has a couple of walks, but it was really important to get that double play, or else the bases would have been loaded.
Slasky dealing with a lot of base runners so far in his short outing so far in today's ball game. He is allowed if I do this correctly here, he's allowed 6 base runners in the ball game. Actually, 7 base runners in the ball game, 2 walks and 5 hits. So, and he's only gone an inning and 2/3. So he's playing with a lot of fire. Can he get out of another big jam here in the second? Time will tell. Mound visit's over, and I think we're ready to get back to some more baseball action. Mana at the corners, JD Webb at the plate, playing second base here this afternoon. Lefty on lefty in this situation. You have Victorian at first. You have Contreras at third. First pitch is fouled, and it'll make it 0-1 as Garza was cut down on the double play induced by Slasky, as he's looking to escape trouble here in the top of the second. Braves, a lot of hits so far this afternoon, but they haven't gotten the big hit. Let's see if they can get a big hit here with 2 men on and 2 outs. 0-1 pitch coming to J.D. Webb. Grounded foul again near the Bucks dugout, and Slasky is ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, if Webb can get a big hit right here, it can put the Braves right back in this game, as they're trailing by 5, but it's still very early in this game. You and I, doing the Pro-Am Bucks game, saw them come back from 7-0 down.
And that curveball just missed inside. Yeah, we did do the Pro-Am Bucks game yesterday. No comeback is insurmountable for them, as they came back all the way from 7-0 at one time in that 4th inning, winning by a score of 9-8. Special team, special group for them as they go for the #1 overall seed in the Pro-Am League. The 1-2 pitch is grounded sharply to second base. He'll field it cleanly in Daniel Munoz, and they'll put out the fire here in the top of the second inning. As the Braves get 2 hits, they leave 2 runners stranded. They do not score. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Your Bucks are in front by a score of 6-1. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will be coming to bat when we come back from this short break on this recording in the bottom of the second. Welcome back here on this recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. The Bucks will be coming to the plate here in this bottom of the second inning, leading by a score of 6-1 right now. The Braves have 5 hits, Bucks just 1, but they have the all-important 5-run advantage. And Jarrett Segura, second pitch that he sees, he grounds it sharply to second base. J.D. Webb makes the throw over to first for the first out of the second inning on the 4-3 putout.
Designated hitter, Kai Hirschberger.
And it brings up Kai Hirschberger here, the designated hitter. Walked and scored like a lot of Bucks in that bottom of the first.
Yeah, that was the inning of the walk, needless to say, that first inning was, as they had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 walks. Actually, I think they had 6. I might have, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walks is what they had in that inning. Man, that is, talk about good eyesight at the plate.
And talk about tough pitching, not throwing strikes. 7 walks in the first inning, and he didn't even get out of the inning. He did a great job in his 2 outs, both by way of the strikeout. He gave up 6 runs in that start on 1 hit. Here comes the 2-0. It's bounced to first. He'll step on the bag himself at first in Nigel Buckley, and that will be the second out of the inning here.
Evan Saito.
And it will bring up Evan Saito, who reached on that throwing error from Ziela in the first inning, and he also eventually came around and scored. So the Bucks, just the 1 hit right now, but they got 6 runs, and a good job so far from Fabian Davis, who has now gone an inning recorded, and so far, no runs.
Yeah, and Saito's at bat is where I think was the turning point for the Braves in that first inning, as it should have been an easy routine throw back to home to get the force out because the bases were loaded, but instead, Ziela threw it into the dirt, and that's when the floodgates opened.
Yeah, the floodgates definitely open, and not by way usually that you see with hits. It was by way of the walk. And Fabian Davis now down in the count 2-0. He's retired 3 straight Bucks hitters since entering today's ball game. And the 2-0, it's lined to second base, and on the short hop, fielding that one nicely, is J.D. Webb. So he gets busy here in the inning. And 3 up, 3 down go the Bucks here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. And the Bucks of the Golden Coast League will hit the field. And we head to the top of the third after this short break on this recording. Welcome back here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates as we begin the top of the third inning with Cameron Kim now at the plate. Kim in his first at-bat singled and came around and scored for the only Braves run so far in today's game, and he will lead things off in this top of the third.
Yeah, when Kim stepped up to the plate, got that single, and came around to score, it was looking very promising for the Braves in that top of the first inning. But then when we got to the bottom of the first, the Buccaneers really took it to them.
Still a lot of baseball left to be played, and the bats have been cooking for the Braves so far in this ballgame. They have 5 hits in just 2 innings. They just don't have the clutch hit with runners in scoring position. So far in the ballgame, they are 1 for 3, it looks like, with runners in scoring position so far today, which isn't bad, but could be a lot better. And that pitch will miss high and away, and that is a leadoff walk given up by Slasky, and the Braves have the leadoff runner on first here in the top of the third. And it will bring up Alec Castillo, and another base runner has reached for the Braves here, and now 3 straight innings with the leadoff man getting to first.
Yeah, so again, the Braves getting things going, getting their leadoff man. They're doing the right thing when they get their leadoff man aboard. Just need to figure out how to, continue that success.
And we will see what amounts here in this top of the third inning for the Braves. Alec Castillo singled and also got helped from an error as he was able to grab that extra base in that first inning. Lefty on lefty here, the 0-1. They'll go back to first, check on the runner, make sure his stay is nice and cozy, and he is safe back in there. Castillo playing right field today for the PFA Braves, as they have now been on base to lead off every inning 3 straight times. Streak to monitor for sure as we continue throughout this ball game. The 1-1 pitch just misses inside, maybe a little bit high as well. 2-1 in favor of Castillo here with Cameron Kim.
Plus he fouled one off. How was it 2-0?
2-1. I don't know. This umpire's whack right now.
Here's the pitch. That's high. It really should be 3-1 because he hit a foul ball.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, Blue, there's a strike. Foul ball.
3 balls, 1 strike, as the umpire definitely should have a strike. We'll see if it matters, and yeah, he'll do the indication of 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 from Slasky. It's grounded first base side and just foul down the line. Could have been trouble if it got through the glove there, and it makes it full, another full count that Slasky will have to work with here.
Yeah, Slasky trying to get through this inning, continuing with this lead that the Buccaneers have spotted him, the 6-1 lead. He's got a payoff pitch coming up. He I feel like needs to work on his command a little bit.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here comes the payoff pitch from Slasky, and it is upstairs and back-to-back walks here in this third inning. And the Braves once again are threatening with a lot of base runners.
Jacob Tostado.
And it brings up Jacob Tostado. He had the RBI base knock in the first inning, as the Braves have gotten a lot of base runners here today. Now 9 total base runners in just 2 innings officially recorded by the Bucs on the mound. And Tostado will have a chance with 2 on, nobody out. Swings at the first pitch and threw that fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, and 4 of those base runners have reached first by way of the free pass.
Yeah, so we've seen a whole bunch of free passes here today. 11 total so far, and we're just in the top of the third inning, which is crazy to think about from both teams combined. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that is lined down the right field line, but will get foul, and it'll make it 0-2 in favor of Danny right now, as he's trying to work out of some trouble versus the heart of the Braves order. 5-hitter in Tostado at the plate, and then 6, 7, and possibly 8 coming up here in this top of the third inning, and Still the Braves with 5 hits to just 1 hit for the Bucks, but trailing by 5 runs. Here comes an 0-2 pitch from Danny.
Come on, Slavsky.
That is low. Good. But he did go around on the swing, so he's down by way of the K. The first out of the 3rd inning, and a big strikeout for Slavsky.
Shomari Kadumuham.
And it brings up Shamari Kadumo Ham here as another lefty on lefty matchup, and his dad, I presume, nice enough to give us the right pronunciation of his name. Hopefully we did it to the best of our abilities. 2 on, 1 out, inside pitch, and in his first at bat he grounded back to the pitcher, and he has a chance here as he's ahead of the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 on, 1 out, as the Braves looking to get that clutch hit and try to fight into this deficit, cut into it, as they've been trailing by 5 runs ever since the bottom of the 1st inning, and they have a lot of base runners. And there go the runner at 3rd, and throw to 3rd is going to be out at 3rd. And good job, awareness by Slavsky, because the runner was off and going before he even came and threw the pitch, and good job by his teammates telling him to go over to 3rd.
Yeah, way to go from Slavsky to catch Kim trying to steal 3rd. Good communication right there from the rest of the Bucks to let him know that the runner was going.
So Kim is gunned at 3rd on the pickoff attempt right there. Castillo will get over to 2nd, and that is grounded 3rd base side, but foul, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike, and a huge momentum swing right there, because now there are 2 outs with only a man at 2nd, and once again Slavsky has an opportunity to escape some more trouble despite giving up back-to-back walks to start this top of the 3rd inning. So it is up to Shamari here with 1 on and 2 outs in this 3rd inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Slavsky. It's up and in, and it even hits him on the shoulder elbow area, and he is on base here, and now the 10th runner has reached in this ball game in just the 3rd inning against
Left
Slavsky.
fielder, Brandon Contreras.
And it brings up Brandon Contreras, who singled back in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. But David, right now, for the moment at least, the Braves have had 10 runners reach in 2 innings and 2/3, and they only have 1 run.
I know the bats, they've been getting on base, but it's when runners get on base that you need to take advantage of, and that's what the Braves have been lacking to do so far in this game. Granted, it's still early. It's only the top of the 3rd, so there's loads of time to make a comeback, and let's see what Brandon Contreras can do right here.
Contreras has a chance right now, but as you alluded to, it's just, shooting themselves in the foot. Victorian was picked off. We just had a pick off on Castillo,
And then what could
on
have been
Kim, and the
what
double
could have been a
play.
what could have been a double play ended up being what should have been like a routine play back to home, ended up being a ball that got thrown in the dirt and 2 runs scored as a result of it. So you're right, shooting themselves in the foot, that's what the Braves have been doing all game long so far.
Yeah, on the pitching side of things. On the hitting side, they've had 2 pickoff attempts already, and they had a 1-4-3 double play when they had runners at 1st and 2nd and no outs. So we'll see what Brandon Contreras can do here with 2 on and 2 outs. Swings through that one. There's a throw down to 1st, and it gets all the way into right field. Both runners will advance into scoring position. That is going to be an E2 on the throw right there, and probably just trying to be a little too aggressive is the catcher for your Bucks in AJ Naha, as he tried to maybe do a little too much.
Yeah, on Naha, I get it. You're trying to get the 3rd out, but I just say keep that ball and throw it back to the pitcher. I didn't feel that was a necessary situation to try to do a pickoff.
And now a possible base hit would probably score 2 Braves runners. So big scenario right now, 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs, 1-2 count in favor of Slavsky. 6-1 Bucks in front. Here comes the 1-2.
Come on, Flat.
And he rings him up right there on strikeout number 2 for Slavsky, or 3 for Slavsky, in the 3rd out here of the 3rd inning. And once again, the Braves threaten, but they do not score, as they get no hits in the inning, but they leave 2 runners on scoring position, and they do not score. We head to the bottom of the third. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will be coming to bat after this short break on this recording as we head to the bottom of the third. Hello and welcome back here on this official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and that was grounded to third sharply by Daniel Munoz. We're just going to rule that a hit, and that will lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning for your Bucks. Second hit of the ball game for him. Good piece of hitting right there from Munoz, and the start they wanted here in this bottom of the third with the leadoff man at first.
Yeah, very good start. Munoz hitting that right down the third baseline, staying just fair, has himself a leadoff single.
Bring up Nomar Vasquez as he sees a first pitch strike, and it ends the 4 straight batters retired by Fabian Davis, who's done a nice job in relief here since coming in for Andrew Ziella in that first inning, trying to keep the deficit at 5, keep his team in the ballgame. There goes the runner to second. He is going to be out at second base. Munoz is going to be caught stealing a good throw from the catcher, Derek Garza. Initially, I thought he beat the throw, but the umpire said no thanks.
Yeah, and a lot of the Bucks faithful here are agreeing with you, Adam, as they thought he made it all the way to second. But good throw right there from Derek Garza, and he'll send him to dugout jail for attempted theft of second base.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That will miss, or actually it will clip the strike zone, lower part of the strike zone, make it 1 and 2 now in favor of Davis against Nomar Vasquez, who walked and got an RBI because of it in that first inning. Here comes the 1-2 from Davis, and that almost hits him on the off-speeder. It'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right now our hit totals 5 for the Braves and 2 for the Bucks, but the all-important rule here in baseball is you got to score more than the other team, and so far the Bucks have done so 5 more times than the Braves. 2-2 is upstairs, and so upstairs that it wasn't even caught by Garza, and it'll make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Vasquez will see a payoff pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in this bottom of the third inning. Bucks and Braves, the 3-2. That will miss outside, and that is going to be a 1-out walk for Vasquez, and it'll bring up Maximo Garcia.
Maximo Garcia.
Maximo Garcia coming to the plate here for your GCCL Buccaneers, as we will try to get you some possible information about these Bucks, as our great Marissa GM sent us some stats. We'll get that information to you shortly. That's popped to second base. That will be caught by JD Webb, and that will be this first out of the bottom of the third inning on the pop-out.
Alex Howard.
Excuse me, second out of the inning because Munoz got caught stealing. So, man at first, 2 outs for Alex Howard, who is in center field right now. Alex Howard wearing number 13, if I can get some stats on him for you here. As Howard has, I don't even know if these are accurate, hasn't played a lot of games for him, it doesn't seem like. See if the third one of my sheet here has a batting average. Let's see, Howard batting, looks like 6 hits in. Do we have at-bats on here? No, we don't even have the at-bats. So, we're going to assume, David, you want to guess on .3 is? Maybe 300?
Yeah,
I'm going to go 300.
Yeah, I'd say somewhere right around there, 300.
So 2 balls and 1 strike. So, if he is batting 300, that is pretty good for Alex Howard. He walked for an RBI as well in that first inning. Man at first, 2 outs, 2-1 count in favor of Howard here. Bottom of the third, he swings at that one, fouls it back behind home. Make it deuces wild once again, as we're checking some averages here for your Bucks, as Mariano McLean has been really good. I remember him in that doubleheader against the Malibu Marlins. He was swinging a really good bat. That pitch is ground to shortstop. Runner was going on the pitch, so he will have to go to first. Throw is in time. Nice throw by Victorian, and that will put away the Bucks here in the bottom of the third. They get 1 hit. They leave a man on base. They do not score. We head to the top of the fourth here on this recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Bucks of the Golden Coast League will hit the field on defense on this recording right after this. Welcome back, everyone, here on this recording. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, who currently right now are in Wisconsin, trying to go a perfect 3 for 3 in Wisconsin. As we hit the top of the fourth inning, you're watching the Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League, and going after that first pitch, hit softly. The second base going to be a close play at first, but they got him in time. Derek Garza grounds out to Daniel Munoz, who makes a nice play over at second for the first out of the top of the fourth inning, and then we'll bring up Nigel Buckley here.
First baseman, Nigel Buckley.
But David, I was going to mention, as I found out, Slasky's had a really nice year, 2.85 ERA coming into today's start.
Yeah, very good ERA, and he's showing for it. Only allowed the 1 run through these first 3+ innings of work. And going back to the Pirates in Wisconsin, I think Lou might need us out there to help him with the technology and how to make the game live.
Yeah, definitely might be the case. We'll see. I got to check YouTube, see if he's live right now. They're supposed to be playing currently right now in Wisconsin. Hope he's having a good time though, because Bucks are playing the Pirates, excuse me, are playing some really inspiring baseball in Wisconsin, winning both those games pretty comfortably, I believe, and trying to go 3-0 here today. As David's pulling it up on YouTube here, just look.
They'll be live in 46 minutes.
Okay, we're getting word from Enrique that they'll be live in 46 minutes from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. That's a place there's something you don't see that doing, like a Josh Hamilton type play right there. But yeah, Madison, Wisconsin, great city, right on the lakes. Two lakes, between two lakes.
It is a really good city. Yeah, David, you never see that, or at least in here in the that we've seen throughout the summer, with Buckley's a bat going near their dugout over at third base side. He'll get probably the same one because it didn't break or anything, and he'll try it again, 2-1 count.
Yeah, no, I used to see Josh Hamilton do that all the time, especially when he was really struggling at the plate during the later half of the 2012 season. Yeah, that was not a good time to watch Josh Hamilton when we got to the second half of the 2012 season. What started out promising when he hit 4 home runs against the Orioles, and then it just went all downhill, and it ended with him missing a very routine pop fly against the A's, costing them the AL West that year.
I remember that, as that ball is skied into right center field, still on his horse. And someone's going to have to call it, and a nice catch by Vasquez. Not an easy one as he retires Buckley as he drove that one deep into right center field, but it did not get out of here as this field plays very deep here at LA Valley College, and it brings up Caden Victorian back to the leadoff spot, and a big day for our partner here on the broadcast, David, as both his teams are playing each other this weekend in Arlington, Rangers and Guardians.
Yeah, but I got my Guardians hat because I go for where I would much rather be in the summer, and that's Northeast Ohio over Texas. Places where I'd rather be in the summer.
Yeah, and that is a big series for both respective teams as they're trying to both hang on to first place in their respective divisions right now, as that first pitch was swung on a miss from Caden Victorian. And that will find the inside part of the zone and clip that strike zone and make it 0-2 in favor of Slasky.
Yeah, story time. I remember my dad and I went to a game at the old Ranger ballpark back when they were the then Indians. And at first pitch, it was 108 degrees. And both my dad and I were wearing jeans and T-shirts. We didn't care how hot it was. We were just glad to see Cleveland in town. And also, I should mention, too, that we had got a pleasant surprise, and we got to hear the late, great Charlie Pride sing God Bless America at the 7th inning stretch.
That's a very cool experience indeed. That is low. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caden Victorian, playing shortstop today for the Bucks, or for the Braves, excuse me. Top of the 4th, 2 outs, nobody on. 6-1, Bucks in front. The 1-2 from Slasky, swung on and missed. And another strikeout for Slasky. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Braves, first inning. That they didn't get the leadoff man on base as we hit the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will come up to the plate in the bottom of the 4th right after this short break on this recording. Welcome back, everyone. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, your Bucks in front by a score of 6-1, and AJ Naha will lead things off in the bottom of the fourth. He's in the 10-hole position before the top of the order, facing Fabian Davis.
Yeah, Fabian Davis has done a good job coming on in relief, not giving up any runs. Hasn't been as walk-heavy as starting pitcher Zaleo was. So Fabian, he's done a pretty good job so far.
And he'll look to put up another 0 on the scoreboard. He's given this Braves team 2 1/3 scoreless so far in today's outing in relief. We'll see what he does here in the fourth. And he gets the pop-up to third baseman Jacob Tostado, who'll put away the first out on the easy catch right to him. And there is now one out as we go back to the top of the Bucks order here in the bottom half of the fourth. And Gabriel Gonzalez here today. 2 at-bats. It looks like, 2 at-bats and 2 walks for an RBI.
Yeah, he had 2 at-bats, 2 walks, both in the first inning, if you can believe that.
So he will come up for the third time of today's ball game. We'll see what he does at the plate against Fabian Davis. Fouls that one back for strike number 1.
Not mine.
And not good. I hope it didn't hit mine either.
Definitely not mine. I parked way over there by the trees.
0-1.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yeah, I heard it.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth, Bucks in front, 6-1. Here's the pitch. That's lined into center field. Plenty of room out there. Is Shamari, who will make the catch for the second out of the fourth inning. And David, don't you have some information on Shamari? And he'll give it to us right after this.
Sean Elsey.
Yes, Shamari, he will be attending the University of Michigan in the fall as he just graduated high school and he's off to Michigan.
Wonder if he might meet Robert Pitts on the team who goes to Michigan on the Pro-Am Bucks, who I think will be going into his sophomore year or junior year.
Yeah, I think he's going into his sophomore year. So yeah, he and Robert Pitts will probably be teammates through the years at Michigan. So that'll be a good experience there for Shamari. I gotta say, I think Michigan does a lot of recruiting out of California because that's where they got Tom Brady from.
Yeah, and obviously when it comes to college baseball, California, also the SEC in the South, known for good baseball, as even though Wake Forest was incredible here this season, but LSU was able to come away with the national championship. That will find the strike zone as Sean Elsey is at the plate. Sean Elsey today is 1 for 2, doubled in the first. He also flied out with the bases loaded to Fabian Davis in the first. So Davis is now going through the order for the second time here today, and the 2-1 pitch is flied into center field. Shamari will be under it once again. He'll make the catch, and 3 up, 3 down for the Bucks in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will hit the field for defense after this short break on this recording. Welcome back here on YouTube. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Make sure to go follow all the great social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at V County Pirates, and on TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball. A reminder, the Pirates are playing their third game in as many days in Wisconsin, and maybe and hopefully they will be going live here today as we're recording, so you'll see it maybe before this recording. 1-0 the count. J.D. Webb leading off the top of the fifth. 6-1 our score. We had all 7 combined runs in that first inning so far. After that inning, though, we have seen 3 straight scoreless innings between the squads, respectively, and a 1-1 count. Swung on a miss.
Yeah, J.D. Webb 0 for 2 today, trying to get the bat going. Has a strikeout and a ground out on a 4-3 play in the second inning. So let's see if the third time is a charm for J.D.
And that is grounded to first base. He'll take it himself. Elsie will step on the bag for the first out here in the fifth on that ground out. It will bring up the 3-hitter, Cameron Kim, to the plate.
Hitter, Cameron Kim.
1 out, top of the fifth, 6-1. Bucks in front against the Braves. Both these teams will meet again tomorrow for a doubleheader. Make sure to follow Game Changer for those score updates throughout the day. Tomorrow, 1 out. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, hit sharply. Second base does a nice job of keeping in front of him. Throw on to first is going to be in time. A great play right there from Daniel Munoz at second base. Kept it in front of him because that was roped to second, and he was able to have time and make the strong throw over to first for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and that's what I love about second base. It's a very forgiving position. You can bobble it a bit, you stay with it, and you're able to get the out at first.
Yeah, still had time despite the ball. Well, that was crushed, though. So, honestly, I thought he played that perfectly. Kept it in front of him and able to make the throw in time. Now at the plate is Alec Castillo as he takes a first pitch ball. Castillo on the day so far is 1 for 1 officially with a walk. So he's been on base both times at the plate. He'll be looking to do that again here in his third try. 1-0 count. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-1 our score. Slasky still on the mound, and he'll come back with a strike right there. He has really kind of settled into a nice groove here. I don't want to jinx his start here, but he's done a very nice job ever since really that first inning. Ever since that double play in the second with 2 runners on, nobody out, he's really found a groove, and he's been pitching very nicely. 2.85 ERA coming in to today's start. If he's able to get through this inning with just 1 run, that ERA is sure to go down just a tad. And right now, the count 1-2 to Alec Castillo. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the fifth. Bucks and Braves. Here comes the 1-2 from Slasky. Swung on and missed for another strikeout. His 5th strikeout of the day. 3 up, 3 down. Go the PFA Braves. We head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th right after this short break on this recording. Welcome back, everyone, here on YouTube. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth with a lead of 6-1 as Jared Segura, who's been swinging the bat really well this year, averaged near 400, will step up to the plate. He is 0 for 2, though, on the day, looking to get going.
Yeah, he's one of only 2 Bucks batters that has not reached base, and the majority of the Bucks batters have reached by way of the walk. But he's looking to join the rest of his team and join the on-base party.
Yes, he is looking to do so, and 1-1 the count is where we stand as he leads things off in this fifth inning. Pops one up, first base side and foul ground. You can't see it on your screen, but Buckley is able to make the catch and put out Segura, who's the extra hitter today, on the fly out to first and foul ground. We'll bring up Hirschberger, who's also one of the top hitters for this Bucks team. Designated hitter, 0 for 1 officially today with a ground out and a walk, and he came around and scored back in the first inning. Hirschberger, one of the leaders for this GCCL Bucks team in batting average, as I think David will pull up his exact number batting average right now, but he's very good. I know upper threes, so that one is outside for ball number 1, and Fabian Davis continues to do a nice job out of the pen as he's now gone over 3 innings of work.
Yeah, Kai Hirschberger is batting a very solid .353 at batting average, and he's got a home run to his credit.
As he is now quickly ahead of Davis by a count of 2 balls and no strikes as we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. Davis has gone 3 2/3, I believe, so far in this outing, and that is low and outside for ball number 3. 3-0 in favor of Kai Hirschberger. He's looking to get on base here with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Still, the Braves with 5 hits and the Bucks with 2 hits. However, the Bucks do lead by a score of 6-1. That's a strike, as Davis has only walked 1 batter so far in his outing. We'll see if it makes it 2 to Hirschberger. Evan Saito will be on deck for the Bucks. He is wearing number 27. He's 0 for 2 officially today, despite scoring in the first. That one will clip the outside part of the plate and make it full at 3-2.
I don't know about you, Adam, but that looked a little bit outside to me. But the home plate umpire, he's got the better vantage point, and what he says goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was a little outside. His zone's a little expanded, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter because that is a base knock through the 3-4 hole and into right field for Hirschberger, and he stays hot with the bat, being one of the team leaders in batting average, with a 1-out base hit into right. And it brings up Evan Saito, and now that is the 3rd hit of the day for the Bucks.
Yeah, just the 3rd hit. Good job right there by Hirschberger to drive one between the gap of first and second. And he is aboard with the 3rd hit of this early evening for the Buccaneers of the Gold Coast League.
Man at first, 1 out, bottom of the fifth, showing bunt. Back to Davis at the mound. He'll make the easy flip to first for the 2nd out on the bunt attempt from Saito. It gets Hirschberger to second. However, that is now the 2nd out here in the 5th.
Daniel Munoz.
And it brings up Daniel Munoz to the plate. Munoz today is 1 for 1 officially with a base knock back in the 3rd, and he walked and scored in the 1st, so he will have an opportunity with a man in scoring position here today. Ever since that 1st inning, Bucks really haven't done much on offense, and now they got a chance to do so with a runner at 2nd. They actually have not had a runner get into scoring position since the 1st inning, so they are looking to drive in a run and get their biggest lead of today's ball game as Munoz is at the plate.
And you got to give Fabian Davis credit for keeping them in check since that 1st inning, as he came on with his team down 6-1, and has been rock solid ever since.
Yeah, not easy to do when you come into the situation in that 1st inning where he did come in 6-1 already, bottom of the 1st, bases are loaded. You get that out, and then you start, really getting into your zone as he's done so very nicely so far today. But he is down the count to Munoz here, 3-0, looking to keep his score line flawless right now as he is trying to escape a man in scoring position here in this bottom of the 5th inning with his team trailing by 5 runs. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That will find the zone for strike number 1, as Fabian Davis now has gone 4 innings into this ball game, and he'll look to go 4 1/3 if he can get this out. 3-1 will find the inside part of the zone, and the umpire definitely has an expanded zone on the inside and the outside.
Yeah, especially he also has an expanded zone, I feel, when there are 3 balls as well. He's making, if they're going to get the walk, they got to earn the walk. For the telling the batters, you got to earn the walk.
That is grounded up the middle and into center field. That's going to be an RBI base hit with 2 outs, and now advancing on the throw to second. He will get there as the throw gets away from the catcher, and that will not be an error because he was already getting to second there on the hit. And a big-time RBI base knock from Daniel Munoz, his second hit of the day.
Right fielder, Nomar Vasquez.
It brings up Nomar Vasquez to the plate. Munoz RBI base knock, his second hit on the day. Hirschberger comes from second. He'll trade places with Mr. Munoz, and it's now 7-1 in favor of the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that was just a perfectly hit ground ball by Munoz. Get it right in that gap. You go straight to second base where it's in between second and short, and it worked out in his favor.
Yeah, didn't hit it awfully too hard, but he just placed it perfectly up the middle. Good sliding attempt right there from Victorian, but just could not come up with the play right there. So now we have man at second, 2 outs, same situation, but you can add another run in favor of the GCCL Bucks, as they have now gotten their biggest lead of today's ballgame of 6 advantage with a 7-1 lead currently. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's line. And there's a big hole over at second base, and that shoots into right field. Here comes the runner from second trying to score, and Munoz play at the plate. He's going to be gunned as he doesn't even slide. A beautiful throw from their right fielder in Alec Castillo as he guns him at home, and a nice play from the PFA Braves to avoid another run as Munoz is gunned at home on the base hit from Nomar Vasquez.
Yeah, good job right there from Castillo to get Munoz out at home. That will end the inning, and we will have the top of the 6th inning for you when we come back right here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates.
Hello and welcome back here on YouTube. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates as we begin the top of the 6th inning. The Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League on defense, and that's hit sharply to shortstop. Over the first is not even going to be close as that ball gets away. That's going to be an E6 on Saito over at shortstop to begin this 6th inning. Made a nice play in the field, but the throw gets away from him, and that is a leadoff
Center
base runner
fielder,
for the PFA
Shamari
Braves here.
Kadumuham.
And it will bring up Shamari to the plate, and that is now the third error in my book committed by the Bucks.
That's a hard name to come up
Man
with.
at first, no outs, top of the sixth. Slasky still trying to go strong here. So if that run does come around and score, it will be unearned. That will find the zone for strike number 1. 0-1 the count.
And a little bit about Shamari. So he will be going to Michigan, but he will not be playing baseball there as he's going to school and, going far away from home for school. But, got to applaud him for going to a place like Michigan.
Great school, one of the top schools in the country in the business department that I know of, that's for sure. Throw back to first, not in time. A lot of my friends where I attended at the University of Texas, one of their top choices was Michigan. A few of them had to decide which one to go to. I think Texas was definitely the right choice. When it comes to sports teams and athletics, I don't know. Both have huge expectations, usually don't live up to them. That will make it low in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike, and at the plate is Shamori with Tostado at first. 7-1 Bucks in front. Both teams have 5 hits in this game, but the Bucks have 3 errors, and the Braves have 1 error. That is fouled down the left field line and make it strike 2. So Braves 1-5-1 and Bucks 7-5-3 currently right now. A lot of base runners for the Braves here this afternoon, but to Slasky's credit, he's done a great job of getting runners out. And fun fact, as we'll see what happens here on the 1-2, that's flied into right field. Has a beat on it is Vasquez. He'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. Actually, that fact does not stand anymore because of the error.
Left fielder, Brandon Contreras.
But he has retired 8 of his last 9 batters and would have retired 9 in a row if it wasn't for the error. So Slasky's done a really nice job.
Yeah, very much so. Going 6 strong right here. In this kind of weather, definitely got some good endurance, does Slasky.
Yeah, right now 5 1/3 officially with 1 run. That's fouled back behind home, and our camera will move a little bit right there. 0-1 the count to Brandon Contreras now at the plate. 1 out, man at first, top of the 6th. 7-1 Bucks in front of the Braves. Here's the 0-1 that will be outside. Makes it 1-1. And an excellent job by David fixing it, giving us the best view that we've had of the day.
Yeah, very much so. Just got to work with what we got. As my special teams coach at Minot State used to say, all we got is all we need.
That's a great saying right there. And as David says, we got 1s across the board right now. Here's the pitch from Slasky. That's grounded up the middle and through into center field. That's going to be the Braves' 6th hit of the ballgame as they retake the hits lead here this afternoon. And they now have men at first and second and only 1 out.
Catcher,
As Contreras
Derek
picks up his second hit of the game, make him 2 for 3 officially. Brings up the catcher, Derek Garza. And, still a lot of baseball left to be played. Braves, they just need to get that big-time hit.
Yeah, if they can get that big-time hit, they're right back in this game. As we know that they have hitting ability. They have 5 hits so far. And, in Wood Bat League, no lead is safe, as we learned very much so yesterday.
Yeah, no lead is ever safe, as we've honestly learned throughout the season, mainly doing the Pro-Am, the Ventura Bucks of the Pro-Am League. Here is the first pitch coming to Garza here with 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss as he goes chasing on the ladder right there. First strike number 1. 0-1 the count. 1 out on this hot July 14th Friday afternoon / evening here from LA Valley College, home of the Monarchs. Pitch will find the outer part of the zone, and Slasky's ahead of Garza by a count of no balls and 2 strikes. The Braves trying to get their first run since that first inning as they have not gotten a hit with runners in scoring position since that first inning on the Tostado RBI base knock. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Garza. It's low and away, and a beautiful block right there from your catcher in AJ Naha.
Yeah, AJ Naha learning from Coach Scott how to block properly. Coach Scott always loves it when one of his catchers or one of the other team's catchers makes a great block.
Yeah, and he is here today. As we know, Coach Bobby will be going to Alaska with several Pro-Am Bucks players on Sunday. 1-2 pitch, that's fouled back, and you know, it's going to be really interesting what happens with scheduling purposes with the Pro-Am Bucks, given I think 7 players are going, including their head coach, to Alaska for about 5 days. And, you know, great timing, I guess, however you phrase it, for the players and the coach maybe, but not for the Pro-Am Bucks playoff aspirations / you know, scheduling conflicts for David and I. As that's grounded softly to first, he'll step on the bag for the second out of the inning, as that will be 2 outs now. Both runners do move up and get into scoring position, so it will be up to Nigel Buckley with 2 on and
First
2
baseman,
out.
Nigel Buckley.
But David, it's going to be interesting what happens with the Pro-Am Bucks with scheduling the next few days.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, my lease at my Airbnb is up on July 31st, and we know I can't afford to stay any longer, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the remainder of the schedule.
I would assume, though, the playoffs don't get moved just because it's not just the Bucks. You're dealing with the other
Yeah,
playoff teams as well.
Plus, I think a couple of Biscuit players are also going to Alaska with the Bucks to make their team.
Yeah, but I know the Bucks get back Friday, which is the first day of the playoffs, supposedly. So we'll see. We'll give you that information when we get it. But nonetheless, we're back in action here. 1 ball, 1 strike, second and third, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League lead against the PFA Braves right now, as these two teams will meet again tomorrow for a doubleheader. Same place at LA Valley College. I believe that start time for the first game is 11 a.m. local here on the Pacific time zone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's grounded foul, third base side. And Slasky ahead of Buckley here, the 9-hole hitter, by a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big time opportunity for the PFA Braves right now as they're trying to get something going with runners in scoring position. They've had 6 hits, but only 1 hit with runners in scoring position. The 1-2 is grounded back, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, Slosky trying to hang in there, get through this inning. He's been very solid, only giving up the 1 run, and we do have some action going on in the bullpen, so I am going to speculate that this will be Slosky's last inning.
I would probably agree with you there. The 1-2 is upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and it would be great for Slasky and his confidence if he was able to get Buckley out here, because he has pitched a fantastic ball game. Despite giving up a lot of base runners, he has worked his way around a lot of traffic here today.
And that's what Summer Wood Bat League is all about. It teaches you how to get through adversity like this, and Slosky's handled it very well so far.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A lot of traffic that Slasky has given up here today. Probably not as much traffic as the 101 freeway right now on this Friday afternoon work schedule. Probably a mess, and luckily that we're not on it currently. But 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's popped into shallow right field. Who's going to call it? It looks like it's going to be Vasquez, and he will put away the damage here in the 6th inning. Again, the Braves threaten, but they do not score in the top half of the 6th. They get 1 hit. They leave 2 runners on base, and they do not score as Danny Slasky, incredible outing here so far this afternoon. We head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will be up to bat right after this short break on this recording as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We're back in action here on YouTube. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and a great bunt single for Maximo Garcia to lead things off here in the bottom half of the sixth for the Bucks, and they will tie now the Braves in hits, but a great placement on that bunt from Garcia.
Yeah, wasted no time, perfect bunt. As we have a new pitcher on the mound, it is Andres Garza. So trying to go after the new pitcher, as Fabian Davis had a pretty solid job in 4 1/3 innings of work.
Yeah, Davis didn't allow much traffic on the bases. He went 4 1/3, didn't strike out anyone, had 1 walk, gave up 4 hits and 1 run and 1 earned. So he did a nice job in the bullpen, preserving this game from really getting out of hand here today. That pitch will be low. Make it 2 balls and no strikes in favor of Alex Howard here with a man at first, nobody out. 7-1, Bucks in front of the Braves here so far. That is upstairs for a ball. Make it 3-0.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't know how to communicate with anyone.
My coach, my head coach from here says he's not allowed to come back here next season.
That pitch will find the zone, make it 3 balls and 1 strike. As David probably should know, it's 4-0 Guardians right now on the Rangers, as Josh Naylor continues to stay red hot with a 2-run bomb. And speaking of bombs, that ball is driven out into deep left field for Alex Howard. It will one-hop the wall, and the runner from first and Garcia is now going to try to get home as Howard is going to scamper into third. That's going to be an RBI stand-up triple for Alex Howard as the bats are heating up here in this bottom of the 6th inning as the Bucks extend their lead as they now take an 8-1 advantage. And a big-time RBI triple right there as it makes it 8-1.
George Zamino.
And George Zamino will now step up to the plate, but what a big-time hit from Alex Howard.
Yeah, huge triple right there from Alex Howard. Give his team another run and continue this massive lead for the Bucks.
So it is now 8-1. Bucks as now the infield will come in for the PFA Braves in this scenario, as it is 0-1 to pinch hitter George Zamino. Now swing and a miss, make it 0-2. No outs still in this bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again near the parking lot. That might hit a car. That will get out of play as Andres Garcia coming in. And, you know, Fabian Davis had that really good outing, but Garza, not off to the best of starts. That hit the knob of the bat, so it should be foul, and it will be 0-2 as he tried to get out of the way from it, but it hit the knob of the bat. Then we'll do the 0-2 again, infield in right now for the PFA Braves. And back to the top of the order in Gabriel Gonzalez, who is on deck for the Bucks, leading by 7, the 0-2. Grounded to second base, but because of the infield in, throw will go to first. Runners will stay put. J.D. Webb on the plate on the 4-3 putout.
Third baseman, Gabriel Gonzalez.
Bring up Gabriel Gonzalez, as Gonzalez today has been busy, as he is officially 0 for 1 with 2 walks and an RBI, as at least the Bucks are trying to take a 9-1 lead, a 7-run advantage if they can, up 8-1 currently here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So they've taken back the hits lead, 7-6 respectively. That is low in the zone for ball number 1, and back to the top of the order. Gonzalez getting his 4th at bat in the 6th inning.
Yeah, Gonzalez getting a lot of chances to step up to the plate. Got to bat twice in that marathon 1st inning.
2 balls and no strikes in favor of Gonzalez, and if he does throw 2 more balls, that means he would walk 3 times in today's ballgame. But that 2-0 pitch finds the zone, make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Bucks getting 6 runs in that marathon 1st inning that David just mentioned, and then the Bucks getting 1 in the 5th, and so far 1 here in the 6th. But they would obviously like another run if they could, at least, with a man at third and only 1 out. Even count now to Gabriel Gonzalez at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and likely Danny Slasky's day is done on the mound. And I called strike 3 to Gabriel Gonzalez for the second out of the bottom of the 6th. Here, a
First
big out
baseman.
for Garza.
Sean Elsey.
Bring up Sean Elsey to the plate, who is 1 for 3 today with a double and came around and scored back in the first. So, last chance in this bottom of the 6th, goes after the first pitch and fouls it off.
Yeah, trying to find his rhythm is Garza as he's looking to get Elsie out and get out of this inning. And we'll head to the 7th inning right after this.
That is popped up into shallow third base. Tostado will make the catch. So, guy on third, no out jam will do it. But they do get a run here in this inning. They get a run on 2 hits, most notably the RBI triple from Alex Howard. They take an 8-1 lead. We head to the top of the 7th from LA Valley College. You're watching the official YouTube channel of Ventura County Pirates. And we will be back on this recording after this short break. And welcome back here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. And speaking of those Pirates, an announcement to give to you if you're watching. Even though this is on recording, the game got rained out. So, we will see what happens with that game. If it does get maybe rescheduled for possibly a doubleheader, who knows. But that game got rained out. And it would have started at 4, as most games would, because it's 4 o'clock Pacific time, but 6 o'clock in Wisconsin. And it will bring up Caden Victorian back to the leadoff position as he checks the swing but goes around for strike number 1 as we begin the top of the 7th. And speaking of top of the 7th, we got some changes to get to you. On the mound now for your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League is Sean Elsey. And behind the plate will be George Zamino, who we saw him hit in the previous inning. And at first base will be Jarrett Segura. So those are the changes right now as we begin this top of the 7th inning, and we'll get you Slasky's final line when we have it. We are now, here's the pitch to Victorian. It's low and away for a ball.
Yeah, good, Jarrett Segura, George Zamino coming in to catch. Didn't have to worry too much about that one getting through him as there was nobody on.
Yeah, when there's nobody on, at least you don't have to be as cognizant behind the plate at blocking baseballs. As that is fouled at first base side, we'll get out of play and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, top of the 7th. Caden Victorian steps up to the plate. It is 8-1 Bucks in front. Braves struck first in that top of the first inning, but ever since, the Bucks have had a commanding lead and kept it throughout so far, as we're now in the 7th. And we'll do the 1-2 to Caden Victorian once again. Here's the pitch. Off speeder, swung on and missed, and that is his first out for Elsie, and it's by way of the strikeout, and it'll bring up J.D. Webb, the number 2 hole hitter.
J.D. Webb.
So 1 out, nobody on, top of the 7th. Reminder again, Pirates getting rained out in Wisconsin. We'll see if that game gets made up at all, as that is a first pitch strike. And 0-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Here is the 0-1. That is swung on a miss. Good pitch right there from Elsie, and now he's quickly ahead by a count of 0-2. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2 from Elsie. Swung on a miss. It gets away from the catcher just a tad. Has to throw down the first. Going to be a close play, and they got him on the strike him out, throw him out on the drop, third strike, and that is the 2nd out here of the top of the 7th inning. 2 up, 2 down so far, and all by way of the K. As Sean Elsie so far this year has gone 13 innings, 18 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned for an ERA of 3.23. So he's been a pretty steady pitcher in the Bucks rotation, and brings up Cameron Kim in the 3-hole position, and it is 8-1 in favor of the Bucks.
Yeah, Sean Elsie getting some good stuff on the mound. Very good, versatile player. Can play first, can hit, and can pitch.
Yeah, that's a good sign to have. You know, all the tools in that toolbox. Obviously, with maybe some more speed as well. That's grounded in the hole. Second baseman is going to make the play, but is he going to be in time? No, it's going to be beaten out for an infield single from Cameron Kim. And as a 2-out base knock for the Braves. Good hustle from Kim. Good play all around from Munoz. But it will keep the inning alive for the Braves.
Castillo.
Brings up Alec Castillo to the plate. He's 1 for 2 officially with a walk, a single, and a strikeout. So the Braves have now tied the Bucks in hits with 7 apiece, but the Bucks are in front by 7 runs. Man at first, 2 outs, top of the 7th, 8-1, Bucks in front. Here's the pitch. Swinging at it at the first one is Munoz. He'll go the short way, flips it to second. That will be 3 outs, 4-6 on the out, and the Braves get 1 hit. They leave a man on base. They do not score. Time to stretch from LA Valley College. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League will be coming to bat after this short break as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Jared Segura.
And we begin here the bottom of the 7th inning. Jared Segura will lead things off. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates as we begin this bottom of the 7th inning. And Segura rips that baseball down the left field line. It's going to get fair and roll all the way to the wall. He's going to hustle into second, and he will get there standing for a lead-off double for Jared Segura as he stays red hot and finally gets his first hit of the afternoon for the Bucks.
Kai Hirschberger.
And it brings up Kai Hirschberger to the plate.
Yeah, good hit right there from Segura. You know, he was struggling so far, 0 for 3, but now he's got himself a hit, and now he is waiting to see. And now with that hit, every starting Bucks player has reached base.
Great stat for a team, every player to reach base who started the ballgame, as that's inside for ball number 1 to Hirschberger. Hirschberger today 1 for 2 officially with a walk. He's come in to score twice, also had a base knock. Back in the 5th inning, swings through that one, 1-1 as Andres Garza on the mound. Here in this bottom of the 7th, Bucks in front, 8-1, 8 hits now as they've taken over the hit lead against the Braves. That ball is skied out into deep right field. It will get well fouled, though, down the right field line. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes here as the Bucks may be looking to grab some more runs here and take a even bigger lead than what is currently on the scoreboard here. The 1-2 is low and inside. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hirschberger.
And we know Coach Scott appreciates that block from Garza.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 7th, 8-1. Bucks in front. Here's the pitch. That's skied into center field. Maybe a tag. We'll see. As Shamari will make the grab. Here comes the runner. He will fake, and the throw will go all the way through to third base. So that will be the first out here in this bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out here.
Shortstop, Evan Saito.
And it brings up Evan Saito to the plate. Saito so far here today has had an 0 for 2 officially with a sacrifice bunt and reach on the error back in the first where he did come around and score. First pitch to him is a strike. So 0-1, 1 out. Man at second, 8-1. Bucks in front. They've gotten runs in the 5th and 6th. That's ripped down the left field line, but will get foul and make it 0-2 in favor of Garza right now. 3 errors for the Bucks, but it has not really hurt them so far in this ballgame. 2-1 error for the Braves, as the Braves, you know, just have really struggled for most of the year here in the Golden Coast League, and their pitching probably a byproduct of most of that. As that pitch will just miss, make it 1-2. And you got to assume that, David, just because when teams are bad in baseball, usually pitching's at the forefront.
Yeah, and we saw it very much so with the Biscuits the last 2 games, as we know the Biscuits have the capability of getting big hits, but their pitching has been what's costing them.
So that ball's grounded to third. He'll make the play and get the out at third on the 5-3 putout to Saito, and now there's 2 outs here in the 7th.
Second baseman, Daniel Munoz.
Brings up Daniel Munoz, who's definitely my player of the game so far for this Bucks team. He's 2 for 2 officially today. Has scored once back in the 1st on a walk. Had an RBI base hit in the 5th, and he's done a really nice job in the field, and he has another chance for an RBI here as he swings through that first pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, had an RBI double his last plate appearance, but he did get caught at the plate when he tried to come home.
There's a strike, and now he's down in the count. 0-2. Yeah, did get caught at home back in the 5th. 0-2, 2 outs. Man at second in Segura, who led off this inning. Off speeder's lined into left field, and it will get down for a hit. It tried to barehand it. That's going to be an error, as that's going to be an E7 RBI single for Daniel Munoz, and it extends the lead. That was also a pretty lazy fielding by the left fielder right there. So he could have maybe even caught the ball, but he tried to barehand that, of all things, on the bounce, and it makes it 9-1 Bucks.
Nomar Vasquez.
as Segura comes around and scores on Munoz, picking up another RBI here, and his third hit of the ball game. Incredible day for Munoz at the plate, and makes it 9-1 in favor of your Bucks.
Yeah, just a good all-around game going on for the Bucks, putting up a 9 spot. I remember last time we called this GCCL team, George really gave them quite the conversation after that game, and I think they took it to heart, and now they've put up a 9 spot here.
And it's 2-0. I just know, I feel bad for the left fielder, but if I was back in my day, if I made that bare hand attempt in left field, I would be immediately put to the bench after that. But it is 9-1 regardless. Bucks in front of the Braves here as they got another run home here in the 7th inning. 2-1 pitch, finds the zone, evens the count. Deuce is wild here again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in this 7th inning. Bucks getting another run here in this inning as they've scored now in 3 straight innings, 5, 6, and 7 respectively, and a payoff pitch will now be coming the way of Vasquez here, who's had a nice day in right field. He's reached all 3 plate appearances, singled back in the 5th, and he's walked twice, even for an RBI in the 1st. So, payoff pitch coming, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Garza, and it's low and inside for ball number 4. Vasquez is on for his 4th time here today. He joins Munoz in that stat.
Center fielder, Maximo Garcia.
And brings up Maximo Garcia with 2 on, 2 out in the 7th inning, and he could really put a dagger into the hearts of the Braves if there wasn't already a few in them already. This could be one final blow with a base knock right here. That's low in the zone for ball number 1. And David, you know you're going to probably win the ball game when your 6 and 7 hitters have gotten on base 8 times in 8 plate appearances. So I'll get your thoughts when we go to the 8th. That's grounded to shortstop. He'll make the throw over to first, and that will end things here in the 8th. But the Bucks get another run in this 7th inning. They get 2 hits. They leave 2 runners on base. They score 1. We head to the 8th. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and your Ventura County Bucks of the Golden Coast League lead by a score of 9-1. Top of the 8th. On this recording we go, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back here on YouTube as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Jacob Tostado will lead things off for the PFA Braves as we are now in the top of the 8th inning. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. And one last reminder to go follow all our social medias at V County Pirates on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and on TikTok at V County Pirates Baseball, as well as David and I's respective social medias, Adam Glick 39 on my Twitter, and then David D'Amico 23 on Instagram. So make sure to go follow us as we are your announcers of both Bucks teams. Obviously, mainly the Pro-Am Bucks, but we try to give you as much GCCL Bucks as we can throughout the season. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tostado here. Has the only RBI as he smokes that one to deep left field, but it's going to stay in LA Valley Park as Howard makes the catch for the first out of the top of the 8th inning. So 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 8th. And number 9
fielder, Shomari Kadumuham.
And it brings up Shamari here with 1 out in this 8th inning. He is 0 for 2 officially and reached on the hit by pitch back in the 3rd inning. And that one is outside for ball number 1 as Sean Elsey is going into his 2nd inning of relief here, trying to maintain this 8-run advantage right now that the Bucks currently have. The 1-0 pitch to Shamari is grounded to shortstop. Going to be a tough play, though. Long throw over to first. And they got him in time. Nice play by your shortstop and Evan Saito on the 6-3 putout. A very strong throw on the run from short to first for the 2nd out of the inning. It brings up Brandon.
No, it's Fabian Davis.
Oh, it brings up Fabian Davis. Excuse me. He's pinch hitting here for Brandon Contreras, who has 2 hits today for the Braves. So Davis came in to pitch earlier. Now he gets to have a chance with the bat with 2 outs, nobody on here in the 8th inning. That ball's bounced in there for ball number 1. 2 outs, top of the 8th, 9-1. Bucks in front of the PFA Braves. 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, 2 1-run, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Braves. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Sean Elsey. And we'll have to wait a little bit. It's taking his time, and calling time is Mr. Davis, as the umpire, excuse me, is really urging both these teams to go as fast as they can because they're hot out there. And that's swung on and missed, tipped into the catcher's glove, and up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, like I said, I spoke with the umpire before the game, and he just said it is way too hot for this.
Yeah, so he's trying to speed up the game as much as he possibly can. 1-1 is popped. Shallow right field. Is it going to fall for a hit? It will. And now will bounce in there for a hit. Now he's going to try to get to second. Going to be a close play. And he's going to be safe. And he would have been out by a mile, but it was not picked properly from the shortstop. I'm going to just
Give him a double.
give him a double. Maybe you could have ruled. You probably could rule it a single in an error, but let's just give Fabian Davis the benefit of the doubt right there because he hustled right there. He didn't have to go to second in this 8-run game, but he was hustling and he gets awarded the extra base.
Yeah, always good to see when he can get a double like that. I'm sure he was really trying for it, and it paid off. Got himself a nice double.
And it will bring up Derek Garza. Swings through that one, make it strike 1. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning, man at second, and Garza hits that into shallow center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Fabian Davis is going to be held at third, so both pitchers, or actually no, Garza just has the same last name as the pitcher for the Braves right now. So Garza gets a 2-out base knock here. Davis moves over to third, and now both teams are tied at 9 hits respectively here.
Nigel Buckley.
Brings up Nigel Buckley to the plate, and again, David, the Braves have a lot of hits here this afternoon, but they haven't gotten the hit with really runners in scoring position since the first, and here's their maybe last chance.
Yeah, that's the 5th time they've had a runner at third base this game as well, so not very good numbers with runners in scoring position, and that's key if you want to win baseball games. Got to take advantage when runners are in scoring position.
Yeah, you really do, and so far the Braves have not in this ball game. Man at first and third, 2 outs. Top of the 8th, 9-1 our score. Here's the pitch from Elsey, swung on a miss. Will even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike respectively. So both teams right now have 9 hits, and we have a score of 9-1 in favor of the Bucks. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Elsey. Popped, shallow, right center field. Someone's going to have to call it. It's finally going to be Vasquez. He will make the catch and gets out of another jam that the Braves are unable to get a hit with runners in scoring position. So in the inning, they get 2 hits. They leave 2 men stranded. They do not score. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Your GCCL Bucks are winning 9-1. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and we will be back after this short break here on this recording for the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. Alex Howard is now being pinch hit for Justice Kane, wearing number 6. First pitch strike, and a new pitcher on the mound for the PFA Braves in Caden Victorian, as we've seen him play shortstop. Now he's on the mound here in the bottom of the 8th inning, facing the new hitter here. 1 ball, 1 strike, just getting started, bottom of the 8th inning. Bucks in front, 9-1, looking to finish out the Braves here in game 1 of this 3-game series between the two teams. That makes it strike 1 and 2. They also just had the All-Star game in the GCCL game. I think a lot of Bucks went as well in that game, and that thought it was strike 3, but it wasn't. Even up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That game was at Westmont College, and that was on Thursday in the afternoon. I think 7 Bucks were participating. The 2-2 pitch, that will be called strike 3, so Justice's Kane's pinch hit outing will be short-lived. First out here of the 8th inning.
George Zemino.
Bring up George Zemino here in the 10-hole position. 1 out and nobody on. And, you know, it's GCCL, you know, Golden Coast League, good for them for having an All-Star game. David, I would have liked to have an All-Star game in the Pro-Am League.
Yeah, very much so. That would have been quite a sight to see, and we know a lot of Bucks would have been in that. Stephen Murray, Matthew Leiterman, Brody Romero, Sharp, they all would have made it, I think.
And nice play fielded by the catcher right there, and Derek Garza throw over to Nigel Buckley, who was fielding second base, but at first steps on the bag, a low high throw, but nice job on the 2-3.
Third baseman.
Put out.
Gabriel Gonzalez.
And back to the top of the order for your Bucks. Gabriel Gonzalez will come to the plate, probably for his last at-bat of the afternoon/evening here. He walked twice, and he's 0-for-2 officially. So 0-for-2 batting here for his 5th time in the ball game as he takes a ball. 1-0, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th, 9-1 Buccaneers in front. That's a ball in favor of Gonzalez, now 2-0. So we saw 7 combined runs in the first inning, but since we have only seen 3 more. So definitely pitching has stepped up a little bit, and 3-0 now to Gonzalez. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, we'll see if Gonzalez walks for his 3rd time. And that will be upstairs. So, yes, indeed, Gonzalez is on 3 out of 6 times, all by way of the walk here today. Doing what a leadoff hitter should do, find his way on base a lot. Brings up the pitcher, Sean Elsey. 1 for 4 today. Doubled in the first and came around and scored. He's also trying to close out the game. I assume he will be pitching in the 9th inning as well. So, he has a chance here with 2 outs and a man on first, and got to assume mercy rule would be applied if he was able to somehow hit a 2-run home run. So could be a walk-off mercy rule 2-run homer if he got into one and hit it deep into right field. 1-1 count.
Yeah, if he can get a 2-run homer, put the team up by 10. But, you know, there was only one more half inning to go, unless there is an unprecedented 8-run comeback in the top of the 9th. There should only be one more half inning to go.
Yeah, there really should be, as that ball was thrown up, and away past the catcher's glove on the wild pitch. Gets Gonzalez over to second base. So now a man at second, 2 outs, 2-1 count. Here's the pitch from Victorian. It's popped up, third base side and foul, and going to get foul. Out of play. Tostado was trying to get it. Couldn't see it on your screens. I even couldn't see it from my view here at the edge of the press box on the left-hand side. But it does go foul, and it will make it deuces wild again. Here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and at second base is Gonzalez. As both teams today, 9 hits each respectively. So 18 combined base hits that we've seen between the 2 squads. A lot of hitting going on, but the Braves just haven't gotten the big hits with runners in scoring position, as they only have 1 run to show for it. 2-2 pitch from Victorian. Grounded foul, first base side, and we'll do it again.
Final line on Andres Gonzalez. He had 2 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 4 hits, and 2 runs, both of them earned.
Thank you, David, for that final line. That's low, and it gets past the catcher's glove, but the runner's just going to stay put. No harm, no foul. You don't want to test anything. There's really no point this late in the game with the given score right now. As Victorian trying to get through this inning. That's up and in, and that's going to be ball 4. And now you got first and second, 2 outs for Jarrett Segura here in the bottom of the 8th.
Baseman, Jarrett Segura.
Segura today, 1 for 4. Had a double in the last inning in the 7th and came around and scored. So let's see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out. Bottom of the 8th against Victorian. That misses again upstairs. So Victorian had a nice job getting the first 2 batters out, but has struggled here against the top part of the order at walking back-to-back hitters. We'll see if he can battle back here. The 1-0, and that almost hit him, and makes it ball number 2. So Victorian's going to have to really find that zone again and try to get this 3rd out. Otherwise, we maybe could see a mercy rule if they do apply it. I would hope so in this case.
It's hot, it's long, and this booth, all we get is a room fan that blows hot air.
Yeah, as umpires are going to converse here, I think they're maybe discussing if it hit the batter. We'll see. As he's walking back here.
Huh?
You guys should get a box fan.
I know.
Stick in this window.
I know.
That school doesn't want to put up 1 more.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 8th, 9-1 Bucks in front.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do with the bats here with Jarrett Segura. See if Victorian can find the zone. Goes after that pitch, fouls it back into the netting, make it 2 balls and 1 strike. So Pirates doubleheader tomorrow, as well as the GCCL Bucks. And we'll see what the Pro-Am Bucks have in store scheduling-wise, as they're going to be missing their head coach and several players in the next 5 or so days as they go on a very productive trip to Alaska to play in front of a lot of Major League scouts. So that's up and in, and that is 3 straight walks issued by Victorian here, and that will load the bases.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the Bucks getting to go to Alaska. That's one place I always wanted to go to.
Yeah, very unique place
And the
in
game
America.
winner,
Very cool place.
Kai Hirschberger.
And we'll bring up Kai Hirschberger with the bases loaded. Back in the day, it seems like so long ago, I had to be, I don't even know, 8 to 10 years old, something like that. I went on a Disney cruise with my parents to Alaska. It was a lot of fun. Went to Juneau, other cities that are blanking my mind right now. In Alaska, it was a lot of fun. That was the only time I was there, and definitely an experience to see for sure. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, and that pitch is popped foul down the left field line. Who's going to call? Is it going to stay fair as well? It's going to finally be caught by the shortstop, as the shortstop makes a nice play as he goes out and gets that catch, and it puts away the Bucks here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. As the Bucks get no hits, they leave 3 men stranded. They don't score. Hopefully one last half inning here as we head to the top of the 9th. Bucks in front by a score 9-1. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and we'll be back after the short break here on the recording. Welcome back here on YouTube. You're watching the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates. We head to the top of the 9th. Bucks in front 9-1, trying to put the finishing touches on the PFA Braves here on this Friday evening. As we also, as you can see on your screen, there is a small fire out there beyond center field. So hopefully this game can wrap up soon and we can all drive home safely and get into our respective places of living where it might be colder and air conditioning could be applied. Make it 0-2 to the pitcher, Caden Victorian, in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, Caden Victorian had 3 walks but didn't allow any damage, so solid inning for him of work. Now let's see what he does here at the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes, as we have a new pitcher as well. Jared Segura as the final line on Sean Elsey. Good inning, good 2 innings of relief, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits, and no runs, respectively. Pitch swung on and missed for a strikeout and the first out here in the 9th inning. And now it will bring up the 2-hole hitter, J.D. Webb.
Second baseman, J.D. Webb.
So J.D. Webb will step up to the plate today. Looking to get off the shelf here. He is 0 for 4, a couple strikeouts and a couple groundouts here. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th. As center shading here, left-handed hitter in center field, playing in right center right now in the outfield, and as well as infielder, as that's popped into shallow left field. Someone's going to have to call it. No one's going to call it. It's going to bounce in there, and that's going to be a double for J.D. Webb. A little indecisiveness out there by the outfielder and the shortstop, and because of the defensive alignment playing on towards the right because of the lefty hitter, thought that he was going to pull it that way, and now the runner's trying to go, and he's going to be gone. I don't even know what he is thinking when you're down 8 runs in the 9th inning and you get the second out on the bases. That is beyond me.
Well, it looked like nobody was covering third from his vantage point, and that's what he saw, so he thought he would take advantage, but they got back in time to get him out, and now we have the elusive 27th out to get to.
Yeah, still, even if no one's coming in the bag, your run means absolutely nothing. As I'm just very surprised that runner was going. I mean, I understand what he was seeing, but should not be going there. 1-0 the count. 2 outs now here in the top of the 9th. That's lined into left field. That's going to get down, and that is going to get to the wall as it will 2-hop the wall, and that's going to be a standing 2-out double for Cameron Kim here in the 9th inning, and it will prolong this game for the time being. And that is another hit
Alec Castillo
for the Braves, and it'll bring up Alec Castillo with 2 outs, man at second now, and now 11 hits for the Braves here today.
11 hits?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 hits. The Braves, they definitely hit the ball very well. It's not being able to finish with runners in scoring position that has cost them this game. Pitching and unable to take advantage of runners in scoring position, and that's why they trail at 9-1.
And one last chance here with the runner in scoring position with a man at second with Castillo at the plate. Castillo today 1 for 3 officially with a walk and a single. Singled in the first, walked in the third. Here's the 1-0, swung on a miss, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike with Castillo at second. And we can hear the fire sirens going off. Yeah, as they will be put to work, and we wish them the best and to be safe out there in these hot conditions right now, as it's fouled back and make it 1-2 down to their last strike, or the PFA Braves here this afternoon/evening from LA Valley College. Bucks trying to put the finishing touches on the PFA Braves right now. 1-2 count coming, 2 outs, top of the 9th, leading by 8. Here's the pitch upstairs. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes with Kim at second. Here is the 2-2 pitch from Segura. Lined out there into right center field. That's going to get down and get to the wall. 2-hop the wall. That's going to get in there. Now he might try to get to 3 here. That throw is going to be past the cutoff man as he goes headfirst into third base. That's an RBI triple for Jacob Tostado. Leave the oven on because Tostado is tripling right there as Castillo comes around and scores there, and it makes it 9-2.
Jacob Tostado.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, good triple right there from Castillo. As even though they're down 9-2, they're not going away quietly.
Makes it 9-2. Yes, you're right. It was Castillo and not Tostado, as it's getting tired/hot here. As now there's 2 outs, 1-1 count. 9-2 the score on the Braves. Not going away quietly. A lot of hits here today. Now at 12 hits, and they've had 3 extra base hits alone, let alone here in this top of the 9th inning off of Jared Segura. That's inside, and we make the count in favor of Tostado by a count of 2 balls, 1 strike, and Castillo at third. Coming in to score was Kim, who doubled with 2 outs here in the 9th. There's a strike. And the Braves, once again, are down to their final strike here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, man at third. In Castillo, 9-2, Bucks in front, trying to win today's ball game. The 2-2. It's outside for ball 3. Make it full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. See a payoff pitch coming from Jarrett Segura here. Here comes the 3-2. Grounded third base side and foul, and we'll do it again as the Braves battling here as Tostado spoiling in that 3-2 pitch by Segura. And we'll do the 3-2 once more. And that's fouled. And we'll get out of play. So good at bat right now from Tostado, as he's now seen 7 pitches, and this will be pitch 8 coming up here in this at bat. And we'll do the 3-2 for a third time. Maybe third time's the charm. Will it be in favor of Tostado or Segura? The 3-2. That's fly deep into center field, but has room out there is Garcia, and he will put away the Braves here in the 9th and wrap up this ball game as the Braves get one last run here in this 9th inning, and they do not score on 3 hits.
With the final score of the GCCL Bucks 9 and the PFA Braves 2. We thank you for attending today's game, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow when the GCCL Bucks will have a doubleheader. And be safe on your drive back, and thank you for attending this game here at LA Valley College.
That's the final score as the Bucks win in 9-2 over the PFA Braves of game 1 of 3 of this set between these two squads. David, any final thoughts?
Nope, just a good victory, solid victory right there for the Braves as they were looking to get some momentum going as we get near the end of this season. And they had good eyesight at the plate. They took the walks. And the key for what cost the Braves was pitching and their inability to take advantage of runners being in scoring position.
100% as the Bucks win it by a 9-2 score final here as Zayala gets the loss for the PFA Braves, and Danny Slasky gets the win here today as he was phenomenal, going 6 strong, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks to just 1 run. He's the winning pitcher, and so Zayala is the losing pitcher as the Bucks win 9-2 on 9 hits, and the Braves get 12. That's the final score. Thanks for watching here on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates, and make sure to check out all 3 teams on the official YouTube channel of the Ventura County Pirates Baseball with the Pirates, Pro Am Bucks, and these GC Golden Coast Bucks as well. That's it for Adam Glick and David D'Amico. So long, and we'll see you next time as the Bucks are victorious here on this Friday afternoon. Thanks so much for watching here on this recording.